Orlando. So first of all, NBA is coming back, and it had picked a destination that it thought was going to be a safe spot that now turns out to be the new coronavirus epicenter, and that is my home state of Florida. So thoughts on some of the players wanting to opt out, like Kyrie saying, yo, we should sit out, we should focus on social justice, all this stuff.
Avery
Thoughts
Bradley.
on that? What do you think? Avery Bradley sitting out for health reasons. Do we think that's something that we're going to see a lot of this season, or?
I think there's a lot of people already sitting out. And then the whole thing about, like, social justice, what Kyrie was saying, I forgot who was talking about this. Another
Dwight
podcast.
Howard as well.
Yeah, Dwight Howard. Another person was talking about this, like, obviously everything going on right now, it's good for athletes to speak up because of the platform that they have. And I feel like if they all go to Orlando or wherever they're going to play now and speak on it after the game, before the game and stuff, I feel like that's a bigger platform than what they're doing now because sports are coming back, everybody's eyes are going to be on that. So I think
it was Kendrick Perkins, just for who said that.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was like that. The NBA is giving them a bigger platform now that they're with their team, so they can do other stuff for that. But, like, I don't know. I think it's still going to happen, even though Florida's a little crazy right now. But
it's definitely going to happen. It's too much money to be made.
Yeah.
They got them chips on them too. The ring kind of thing.
Ain't it crazy to y'all how they all get these chips, but like hospital workers have never heard of some shit like this?
Wait, what is it?
The little
so
ring
they got,
that
like,
tells
ring.
them.
Yeah, the location of the players when they're in the facility.
It's money.
Yeah, money. It is money, but it's also, it tells them, isn't it supposed to tell them, like, if a player has coronavirus, 2 days early or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Symptoms, like, it shows, it tracks, like, symptoms and stuff like that. They're going to be taking, like, daily temperature of every player.
Yeah.
Temperature of every player every day, I think, or every 2 days. But, like, the ring, what it does, it just prevents, or it just helps out the healthcare professionals in the facility to, like, figure out if this player has some symptoms or whatever. So crazy.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I was actually talking to Hutch, Brendan Hutchison went to shoot. You know what that is.
Yeah.
Well, if you're too young, you might not know who he is.
Yeah,
but,
you definitely wouldn't.
I don't think I know.
Yeah, see.
He was on the track team. He was in my grade.
Right. So
my year, whatever you want to call it.
I was talking to him, he was asking me about the what Kyrie said. I never knew what Kyrie said initially, so he told me, and he was like, and he told me what Avery Bradley said, right?
Yeah, he said with his family or something.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, I guess Avery Bradley had a better approach than Kyrie. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I was saying, I guess Avery Bradley was saying that they could incorporate more Black-owned vendors and people of, color into things that surround the NBA instead of it all being just like white corporations or whatever. And I guess they were talking about Kyrie was saying they shouldn't do it because it's a distraction from social justice or whatever the case may be, which it is a distraction. But they could also use it as a bigger platform to make it about an issue. There's a lot of stands they could take, and not everybody's as privileged as Kyrie when it comes on to the NBA as well. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Kyrie got bread, plenty of it.
Kyrie already made his money. He can live comfortably for the rest of his life from the NBA play. Some people don't even get played if they don't play, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, how are these people supposed to feed their families and all different type of things, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean? There's ways to go about affecting it, and I think it has to be more organized, and it got to be a collective, and they got to work together to get the issue done.
I think everybody knew sports was coming back at some point in time.
Right.
And everybody was excited about it. I feel like it was more so, just getting everybody to, stay at home, stay quarantined and safe, stuff like that. So sports could, get put into play. I know, switching over to soccer a little bit, Jurgen Klopp, he sent a video message in the beginning of all this stuff and was like, everyone stay home, like, really getting that message across because, the Premier League was on the brink of canceling their season. So we all knew at some point, it would, not knowing that it would get to this point, obviously, because it's better now that sports is back. But I feel like everybody knew at some point sports will come back. So, obviously we didn't know all this stuff in terms of like, George Floyd passing away and how big of an impact that is, for the entire world and the stuff events affected by it. But, it is a distraction. I feel like, when you're trying to focus on a certain thing, I mean, that's probably why a lot of the times certain things get put under the bus because we worried about sports and the next, headline or whatever. But
It's,
it's just like the Premier League. The Premier League is like using their platform to promote Black Lives Matter, putting the Black Lives Matter on the back of the shirt. The first whistle, everybody goes in there on the taking a knee. Like, you know what I mean? So like that was funny. But
except for Mane, that was.
But
yeah, Mane's fence running off like his hairline. Mane hairline start back here, Carl.
Yeah, it's yeah, bro. But like I think those examples really should be kind of like, we're really putting Black Lives Matter on a different scale. Like it's more than just like, what the NBA did, the I Can't Breathe shirts, and stuff like that. I think it's bigger than those, like, just a t-shirt. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Now that, the level of where it's at.
This is my problem
Go ahead.
with the whole situation with Kyrie and stuff. It's just like, I feel like Kendrick Perkins addressed this perfectly. He was just like, we have no problem with the stance that Kyrie taking. You know what I'm saying? In fact, that that's a valiant, stance to take. But if you're the vice president of the Players Association and you already sat down and you talked to everyone to clear that everyone could go to Orlando, it kind of causes a separation when you come out now afterwards and you say, hey, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Well, why don't you do that on the Zoom call? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, because now Adam Silver is just looking like, well, bro, I just asked you this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And like that's the only problem I have with Kyrie's like stance on it, because what he's saying is facts, but it's just like, bro, we just talked about this behind closed doors. Now we gonna come out here and do a press conference. We did a press conference. Now you doing a press conference. Now we got 10 other players doing the press conference. We trying to. The whole part of the meeting is to figure out what you're thinking. If you didn't say it then why you gotta say it now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just my personal, like what he's saying about the Black Lives Matter movement and everything like that. That's all facts. That's all facts.
True.
Big facts.
And like whether you choose not to go or to go, that's your choice as well, which is kind of what the NBA stated. So like they're not hindering Kyrie from not going, but then it's just like, all right, well Kyrie's now making it a big thing to have other players join, with his movement. It's just like, but you could have did that from the beginning.
But I mean, Kyrie, I would say, is like always been like has had like a little controversy in, some parts, just like of his, business.
Well, I mean,
I would say
the earth flat. So yeah, from that point,
exactly.
So there,
exactly.
But like I would say
walk off the planet.
So like it's just that's just the kind of person he is. You know what I mean? Like controversial, with certain comments and stuff like that. So I mean that's something I didn't like really like was surprised. You know what I mean? Like Kyrie just doing what Kyrie does. In another episode filming, but like
this is what I'm saying though. If you the vice president of the association, which has huge. All the NBA players, you can't be no iffy. You can't be half with it.
True, and that's true. And Draymond went up and was talking about LeBron and everything like that. Like, they were asking the question, how big of an impact does LeBron have on, you know what I mean, like playing and not playing, and he was just saying it's a big impact. You know what I mean? Like, when you have somebody who's been leading the league in, so many categories for a long time, a lot of the players look to him, period. So, apart from that, like no matter if Kyrie gonna hustle and whine or whatever, if LeBron playing, everybody playing. So
Quoted by Patrick Beverly, bro.
Yeah, on Twitter, I seen that.
Quoted by Patrick Beverly.
for real,
Yeah.
like no matter who want to bitch and fuss, like if the King playing, bro,
They're gonna be there. Yeah,
And
they'll fall.
LeBron's the biggest Black Lives
Yeah.
Matter like
yeah,
advocate.
for sure.
Yeah.
And him doing the school in Ohio and everything.
Yeah,
like
the I
that.
Believe school.
Like, that's just obviously he's been the most vocal. I would say that in terms of like politics and stuff like that, he's been most vocal out here about what's going on. Even that lady took the floor and said some ridiculous stuff, and it was like, oh yeah, just dribble the ball or whatever.
Oh, shut up and dribble. That was like a few years ago.
That shut up and dribble, whatever.
Yeah.
So what I mean, like, yeah, but like
that one.
it's just like you see, like LeBron always has a heart to speak out on things outside of basketball. Anyway, so like I said, if LeBron playing, then everybody
Everybody playing.
So
It's a fact. It's a fact.